Okay, people have wanted to know how I work on my pieces and how I practice. Okay, so this is me learning Handel's Terfeo from the opera Terfeo. Morire ma vendicata. Okay, morire ma vendicata. Okay, Mwah. Morire. The O's are morire. Okay, so first I do the diction. Okay. Actually, I actually put together the entire accompaniment first. So you really should at least read through your entire piano accompaniment before you work on anything else, because you want to know the structure of the piece and you want to know basically what you're dealing with in totality before you start working on the pieces, right? You want to plan, you want to see what your objective is before you make a roadmap. Okay, so we see that this goes from presto to adagio to presto. Okay, it's a kind of sudden motion, kind of. It's very fast because presto is ridiculously fast. I personally set this accompaniment at about 138 to 140. Okay, so it's really fast. Okay, so now we go through first the diction. Now, when it's adagio and slow, and you're saying marero, it's like it's really you could sound very bad because being an English speaker, the Italian just doesn't come very easily. Marero, marero. Okay, it's marero, marero. It's you have to get up on the rero, marero, marero, marero. Mariro, because the accent is on the O, okay. Mariro, mariro, ma vendicata, okay. Vendicata, okay. Kata, not kata, okay. It's not vendicata, it's vendicata, vendicata, okay. Okay, mariro, ma vendicata, okay. And it's vendicata mariro, mariro. If you just go ro, mariro, okay? Vendicata mariro, mariro, okay? Ma vendicata, vendicata mariro, okay? Ma vendicata, vendicata io morirò, 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 ma vendicata, vendicata, morirò. Okay? So it really, that's all the words are. Thank goodness, right? That's not much of a, it's not much of diction, however, it's difficult diction for me. Morirò, morirò, morirò. Marero, marero. So the first R is a little bit less. It's not rolled. Okay, it's marero, marero, marero. Okay, it's marero, marero. The because I have to be suspended in your nose. Marero, marero. Okay, the last one can be a little bit rolled. Marero, marero. Okay. Okay, so morirò ma vendicata. Not kata, it's kata. Okay, kata. Kata. It's a little bit of C, but it's more like G. It's a mix between a C and G. Kata. Kata. Ma vendicata. Okay? Morirò ma vendicata. Okay, kata. Ta. It's really between a T and a D. Okay, now, okay, so I go through the video, okay? And then I go on my video channel, and so my video channel has this accompaniment, and I'm going to turn down the volume so that it is not too obnoxious. Okay, no, okay, so it starts. Morirò ma vendicata. Okay, so it's kind of like an accordion. You're almost like sucking. Lift. I'll tell you what to lift. Okay, it's not so much you lift in the front. You lift in the arched back of your palate. Okay. And place it carefully. Okay, now, where is the sound being produced? Because obviously it cannot be in your throat. Otherwise, it's really straining. Okay, it's at the top end of. You see, the vendi, right? See that? It's not ma vendi. Ma vendi is too saggy, okay? If you suck it upwards. Okay, that's the only way you can get those fast notes. If you say, okay, it's too heavy. Okay, it's a presto. Okay. Okay. Anchor certain notes. Otherwise, you would not be able to sing these notes, okay? Okay, here. Do you see how high up the palate, and I'm sucking, I'm going. It's almost like a vacuum sucking upwards, okay, in the back of your palate. It's like laughing. Try to go ga da da ga da windy, not ga da. It's not ga da. You don't want to dig into the sound, okay? You want to stay all the way high up. Ga da da, and just snap it. Ga da da da. Okay, ga da windy ga da moriro windy ga da. If you go da da da, okay, da 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 windy ga da moriro. Stay up high. Don't get in the chest voice. Windy ga da mo ga da da. See that? If you say windy ga da moriro, otherwise nobody is going to hear that note because of the register. Okay. Vendicata morirò, vendicata morirò, vendicata morirò. ma ve in vindicata. It's an F natural for God. Watch, okay. Okay. If you don't say katayu mo re ro, okay, you will never have the speed because this is presto, okay? And when you slow practice, it's na vendicata mo re ro, okay? Vendicata mo re ro, okay? That's how you have to practice. Vendicata mo re ro, okay? Open in the back. That was not io there, okay? So sometimes it's vendicata moriro, moriro, okay? Sometimes it's vendicata io moriro, okay? So vendicata moriro. This is vendicata moriro, okay? Katai moriro, because it's so fast. Okay, this is a part that's really tricky. This pattern of rhythm is actually really tricky here. Okay, this is tricky. It's okay, so then I would condense it. I go vindicata, because you have to go vindicata. Okay, the E flat is a 16th note. Vindicata, vindicata. Okay, the ka is all the way up here. You're resonating in the sinuses. Vindicata, 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 vindicata. So you just practice that like 30 billion times. Vindicata, 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 vindicata. You try to break it. Try to splatter it. Try to just push it. Vindicata, and see where it breaks. So you can sense where there's weakness when you really push it. Vindicata. So now I know it's kind of a weird, like, it's almost like you're the silent puppets, or sorry, the puppets that are ventriloquists. It looks like the ventriloquist is not speaking right. That's what it has to be like. Vendicata moriro. Except it's minimizing the motion. It's almost like ventriloquism sometimes, how it works, because you're manipulating, you're manipulating parts that are really not, you have to be really careful. You're manipulating parts that are not, you're using parts of your mouth that are not, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like, some of it is like that. It's kind of like ventriloquism. Vendicata moriro. So it's almost like you have to minimize the motions in order to save your, like, everything, okay? Everything about singing is minimizing emotions, particularly on extremely fast passages, okay? So think along those lines. I mean, I'm saying, like, the tricky parts, that's what you do. But for specifically, like, Mare Roma vendicata, you have to enunciate properly. Vendicata, vendicata, vendicata. I keep on doing that wrong. Vendicata, because you want to say a syllable on the downbeat, but it's not. There's no syllable on the downbeat, it's on the offbeat. Vendicata moriro. Okay. Vendicata, vendicata, vendicata moriro. Vendicata, vendicata moriro. So the moriro again. Moriro, 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 moriro. So some parts of it is ventriloquism, other parts have to be explicitly stated. Vendicata, vendicata moriro. Okay. It's not exactly what I wanted, but. Vendicata, right? Vendicata, vendicata moriro. It started sagging. I'm on a very bad channel. It like turned into a bad channel, I could tell. Because it's tense. Vendicata, vendicata moriro. So you have to lighten it up, okay? And I'm completely like on the wrong channel right now. Like they put me on the bad channel and it feels very bad. Okay, so that's it. It's a really short song, okay? Here's at speed, which is really fast. So ro, ro, ro. Okay, ro. Okay. It's so fucking fast. Okay. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me just turn this down a little bit to see how exactly badly am I singing. Okay. Okay, what did I do? Okay. Okay, you're up there. Oh, a little bit. It's like manipulating your ha-ha-ha's, but higher up. But the ha-ha-ha's aren't really ha-ha-ha's. It's ha-ha-ha, ha-ha-ha. Do you see that? The difference is, and I'll demonstrate perhaps more clearly. Okay. Flute playing, there's a double tongue, right? Ta ka ta. Okay, you say ta ka ta ka ta ka ta ka ta ka ta ka ta rather than ta 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 ta. Okay. Now, flute players know ta ka ta ka ta ka ta ka ta ka ta ka ta is much easier than ta 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 ta. Right? Now, this is the same thing with the singing. It's okay. I can go. Okay, I can do that, right? Which means that if I minimize this and kind of like ventriloquized it up here, okay, the air manipulation is similar. It's not taka, but it's do you hear it? It's not as straightforward as a taka, 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 taka. It's different shapes. So you're not using the same approach. Whereas a ta, 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 or ha, 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 or ha, 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 it's the same motion, okay? It's the same air shape, it's the same motion. What you want to do is manipulate that shape so it's do you understand? Okay. Yes. Okay, so that's that's where we're at. Okay, so then okay. So I'm missing the ta here, okay? So now I know I missed the ta, okay? Because I don't know the music, okay? So you have to memorize, obviously, the fast done. That's what I'm missing, because where my brain wanted to go was just, I wanted to skip that, right, that iteration, that turn, right? Okay, and here, if you pulled it up, like, okay, then the shape is this. And so then the it's just like the right, do you see it? And then when you go okay, do you understand? When there's a leap, it's actually easier because you go okay, it's you're using that drawing of air, sucking of air motion. Does that make sense? Do you understand? It's a sucking motion. It's an irregular sucking motion. Okay, it's an irregular motion of, shapes of air. Okay, it's the shapes of air, which is why it's a little bit, tricky, because you have to know where you're going, okay, in order to leverage the, the air thing. I'll tell you. Because your car is coming on the okay, and it's too bad there's a page turner. I just have to remember that it after the long runs. Vendicata see the raw, don't push it down, don't go. It's like handing somebody over something like gently. Okay. Okay. It's a because if you draw it into this okay, it's light. I don't even remember it. See that vendicata, okay, if you think about if you do this, okay, that's the physical, part of okay, so basically the way you do this is okay, it's like it's the motion of really quickly expanding your lungs. Okay, it's like handing somebody over or something. Now, next part. Still the same part. I screwed up. Okay, how am I doing this? Okay, it's so natural because if you say you just roll it. Okay. You're sucking up into the palate. So you're drawing the air upwards. You're drawing the pressure. I shouldn't say it's just air, it's the pressure. Okay, that's the problem. There's no problem. But I mean, how long did it take me to discover this? A long time. And I have had all sorts of vocal problems from just singing incorrectly because I'm just thinking, oh, each note is like the same. The S shape should be the same. It's not. It's just the same concept as double tonguing on the flute. Saves your energy, right? You have to manipulate the shape of the air and the pressure in order to sing quickly. Yeah. Okay, this is the last part. Okay, how am I getting this? It's an M. Easy, right? M is already nasal. Okay. Okay, so it's if you release right there, meaning the vocal release doesn't have to be complete, but it prevents harm to your vocal structures. vendicata, okay. Vendicata, morirò. Just handing over something over. Because if you say the word vendicata, right? It's not vendicata, okay? Watch it, watch. If you just go, and then forward. Instead of okay. There's no point in that. Okay. Delicately hand it over, otherwise your vocal, structures will be like completely botched. Because that pressure, like, to bear down on the sound, it's very bad for your vocal cords. So you have to figure out where there are places to stretch, to open up, and to leverage the diction. More happens to. I mean, what's easier than that? Natural vocal release right there. Natural vocal opening. Kind of like roll it a little bit from the back. I'm exaggerating, obviously, but you know what I'm saying. Because if you slow down the air and just roll it from the back, it's very gentle on your like vocal cords. And also, if you think about right that lip roll being a vocal release technique, okay? See that? See that? Same thing. So if you're singing for hours on stage, that's what you need, But that's how I sing. It's so fast. It's so absurd. I'm just like, I'm gonna try this. It's gonna be a disaster because I already know it's gonna be a disaster. Because it's really difficult in a way. Because the execution is nearly always more difficult than the explanation, Crush about time. Vendicata morirò, morirò, vendicata morirò, morirò, vendicata morirò, 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 vendicata morirò, morirò, vendicata morirò. Okay, so I was a little bit behind like the whole entire way, but I'm not doing this anymore because I've been doing this for like 40 minutes. Okay, and like I have something weird happen, and I'm just like, come completely plugged up. You can kind of tell from my voice, right? A little bit like allergic or something. I don't know what happened. Okay. I think it might have been, the dairy that I had. It's Alfredo and shrimp. Oh, I know, salmon. Salmon and Alfredo. I threw away the shrimp because it was actually very, very